A lawyers' group claims Australia has jeopardised its bid for a UN Security Council seat by defying a ruling of the UN Human Rights Committee. After a lengthy legal case, the committee ruled Australia had broken international law by deporting a man who'd spent all but the first month of his life living here. It urged Canberra to bring him back from Sweden. But as Jeff Waters reports, that call has been ignored.
Annie Turner says she lives in fear for her brother Stefan Nystrom. He's mentally ill, without proper medication and homeless in faraway Sweden, and she's unable to contact him.
He suffers, depression, he suffers anxiety, he suffers severe paranoia.
Stefan Nystrom was deported in 2006 after serving time in jail for a series of serious criminal offences. He'd been out and going straight for 3 years. But the then Immigration Minister deported him to Sweden because he'd been born and spent his first month there. Nystrom assumed he was an Australian citizen. Stefan Nystrom's situation overseas went all the way to a United Nations tribunal, which ruled last year that Australia had broken international agreements by deporting him. Well, the federal government has now responded to that by writing to the United Nations and saying that it simply respectfully disagreed with that ruling. Lawyers say you can't have it both ways at the UN.
The Australian government has built its bid for a seat on the UN Security Council around the slogan, "We do what we say." In this case, they've done the exact opposite. They undermine their candidacy by undermining the UN human rights system.
We're just going to get a phone call one day, saying that something's happened. And it's, they're the days that I don't want that phone call.
The Immigration Minister wasn't available for an interview, but a spokeswoman says the government is aware of the judgment and has responded by disagreeing with it, because people coming to live in Australia are expected to respect our laws. Jeff Waters, Lateline.